What's up, everybody? Another video here. Today's video we're going to be talking about the new topic that's been pretty popular recently. I've seen lots of YouTubers talking about it, like CypherPK, Typical Gamer, Nick830. Today we're going to be talking about Fortnite's player count, and the real question is Fortnite dying. So a main thing that people have been talking about when it comes to Fortnite is their player counts compared to one singular game, and that is Steal the Brain Rot. It's weird to say that, if anything. This map is a copy of a map actually on Roblox. Oh, I don't want to say map, but a game made on Roblox. And right now, it doesn't have more players, but when it has admin abuses or like live events, for example, it pulls around 500,000 players when Fortnite Battle Royale genuinely has 200K. That has been the main topic recently, and I wanted to speak my mind as a person who's been playing Fortnite ever since it came out. And what I have to say is, the answer to this question is Fortnite is dying. Now, I believe this because we can look at multiple creative maps. Here's Battle Royale right now. For me, it is 7:30 right now, p.m. Now, this is on a weekday. This is on a school day. So, of course, Fortnite is not at its peak right now. But Fortnite has never been at its peak ever since, in my opinion, Chapter 5, Season 1. And I like to back this up by saying, if we go look at the Fortnite player count. Let me go look at this, for example, real quick. So, let's go look at the Fortnite player count. Right. Fortnite player count. Right here. If we go look at it. So, right now, this is creative maps. This is Battle Royale. This is all of Fortnite. And it currently has 782,000. But as you can see, there has been a huge dip in the player count recently. We are talking down to what is 407,000 players. But recently it has gone back up, but it can barely graze 1 million players. See, we can go back to a year ago, and Fortnite was peaking. This is around when OG Fortnite came out, if someone wants to back me up. 14 million players. Million. And then 2025 came around. Chapter 6 came out. And then we see the dip. Fortnite lost over, let's see here, 13 million players. And let's go back here. April of 2023, 1 million. Never dropped below 1 million. Never. No matter what day it was, a school day or not. Fortnite never went below 1 million players. Never. See? Still. Aight. Now watch this. This right here. Fortnite officially lost 1 million players. Ever since Chapter 6 has came out, look at this. Chapter 5. Chapter 5 ends. Look at this. Look at these player counts. So I wanted to come on here and speak about Fortnite's player count and how it's dropping. See, as a player who's been playing ever since the game has came out, I have seen the difference, and I want to get a couple things straight. This is my personal opinions. I'll start with Fortnite is not the same. Let's get that straight real quick. Fortnite is more complicating. Fortnite is more sweaty. Fortnite, for example, hero rankings, OXR rankings, all these rankings that you see, these C pods, these B pods. Fortnite is more complicating. Medallions were an effective item or change to the game, but medallions came around in Chapter 5. Chapter 5 was a fresh new start. Everybody came around. But here we are in Chapter 6. Fortnite is too complex. Fortnite, every kid is too good now. All these little kids don't have chances anymore. And at first I thought it was just, school days, but it is not that anymore. We are seeing these copies of other games. For example, Steal the Brain Rot. We are seeing copy games have more players than Fortnite itself. Let's get something straight here. Epic Games puts way more effort into their maps than they do these creative map players. Or shall I say creative map makers, my bad. It's the fact that Epic Games is putting so much effort into their game, and they're getting these low player drops. So that brings me on to the next topic. What can Fortnite do to save their game? And I actually have a couple things that can actually save Fortnite. Now, of course, Fortnite's not going to see this, but because I have, less than maybe like 1,000 subs, but y'all can change that by subscribing real quick. I know, W promo. But first of all, Fortnite, I just want to say Fortnite's 9th birthday is, actually 8th birthday. I got that really wrong. Fortnite's 8th birthday is in 3 days. 4 days. Just wanted to say that real quick. But back to what I was saying. Here's a couple things that Fortnite can do to change their game. We can start with this. They actually have this thingy right here. If we land right here, you can see this pillar. This is Daft Punk, which I never heard of Daft Punk until now. Some people may have heard of Daft Punk, but lots of players are speculating that Fortnite will make a return with this Daft Punk experience. I'm just going to back away from that because that is playing music and I might get DMCA'd. I might get copyrighted for that, so I'm going to back away. But lots of players are speculating that this will give Fortnite another life. And that also leads to Fortnite's live events. As you know, live events are a critical role when it comes to Fortnite, and that is reasons that Fortnite has peaked at 14 million players. For example, the Travis Scott event, Fortnite peaked at 14 million players. It was the #1 game at that time. But now, if we look down, Fortnite is, if I'm not wrong, maybe the 5th game, top 5 game, which don't get me wrong, that is good. But Fortnite has had a weird and suspicious player drop. But like I was saying, what can we do to fix Fortnite? And what can Fortnite, Epic Games, do to fix their game? We can start with storyline. I believe that as a Fortnite player, I love the storyline. I play the game for the storyline because the storyline is interesting. But, of course, I'm not even trying to glaze Chapter 5. But ever since Chapter 5 has ended, the storyline has been whack, complicating, and it feels like it's not going anywhere. And that is because of one thing and one thing only. Donald Mustard. Fortnite fired Donald Mustard, who was the creative chief director and was the one behind the storyline. His last season was Chapter 3, Season 3 Vibin'. That was the last time Donald Mustard ever constructed a season, and that season was dedicated to him as a goodbye season to him. It was a party season. Well, ever since Chapter 5 with The Weeknd, as you may know, and Medallions, Chapter 5 Season 4 was Doom. There has never been a true storyline since then. We've had a couple mini live events here and there, but that is not saving Fortnite. Here's what I would do to save Fortnite. Let's start with skill-based matchmaking. I feel like a lot of players and a lot of my friends complain that their lobbies are too sweaty. Even I complain that my lobbies are too good. And as a decent player, I feel my lobbies are way too good, and a lot of people have quit the game because their lobbies are way too good. The only way to get a bot lobby is by quitting the game for a week or more at this point. And, as a person who's been playing ever since the beginning, I don't want to quit the game just to have a decently skill-based lobby that I can actually have a chance in. Another thing is, other than player lobbies, is the seasons and, the meta. Fortnite is more competitive based now, and all you really hear about Fortnite is competitive, clicks, typical gamer, well, actually not even typical gamer, but Peterbot, all that good stuff, And Fortnite's never fun anymore, if you know what I'm trying to get to here. I feel like not a lot of friends tell me anymore, yo, let's hop on the game anymore. And that is a sign that Fortnite's dying. Fortnite is losing players. I've said that before, I'll say that again. They're dipping at an insane rate, and really almost nothing that we can do about the game anymore. So I feel like this is our last chance to fully save Fortnite, and Fortnite has to do something quick, whether it's changing their storyline, whether it's changing their metas and their weapons, whether it's making the lobbies more skill-based, whether it's putting more effort into their live events and their storyline. Fortnite is no longer Fortnite. It's a whole different game at this point that is just a game for the money. A game full of collabs that people are just spending their money on just to quit a game after. Fortnite has these loads of collaborations, these loads of TV shows, and all of this, which, don't get me wrong, it makes it a bit of a better game and it brings people to the game, but it's like, at what cost of losing all these players, you know? I feel like Fortnite is too much focused on, you know, these collaborations, and they're not really focused on what's next with Fortnite, what's the future of Fortnite. And if I were to get asked what the future of Fortnite is, I cannot give an answer. And I used to always be able to give an answer, you know. I remember when me and my friends used to fantasize at school about what would come next in the storyline, but now you can't even do that because there is no longer a storyline. Fortnite is decomposing as we speak, and I don't know how much more, you know, people can casually play Fortnite for like 5 hours a day anymore. I remember when I used to be able to tolerate Fortnite for a whole day, but now I can't even tolerate for more than 4 hours. Fortnite is not Fortnite, and us as the players and the game, Epic, the team, they really need to focus on player feedback. But other than that, Fortnite is going down a loophole, and they're doing the same stuff. Collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. Never, let's listen to the players. Let's see what they have to say. Fortnite, you need to start desperately listening to your players. You need to start listening to their feedback. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you look behind me right here, we have this huge robot that kind of brought me to the game. I saw this robot and I was like, let me go test it out. And don't get me wrong, this is adrenaline right here. But this is not Fortnite. This is not what we had years ago, and I understand that, you know, over time, a game can become more complex, don't get me wrong, but this is genuinely insane, what Fortnite has become. I understand Unreal Engine is expanding. I know that their knowledge and their creative ideas are expanding, but, you know, I don't have a clear reason as to why Fortnite is dying, but these were my reasons, and I hope everybody enjoyed this video and my ideas, my topic about this, and my take. Without further ado, that's gonna end it for today's video. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.